Hey yo, what's up everyone? Hôm nay mình sẽ dẫn mấy bạn đi coi nhà máy tái chế rác ở Úc. Cái này là trường mình cho mình đi tham quan nên sẵn là chắc là mình sẽ đi và quay luôn cho mấy bạn coi nhà máy tái chế rác ở đây trông như thế nào. Mình cũng chưa biết nó như thế nào nữa, nên là cứ đi coi thử coi sao.
Who is Resource Recovery Group. So we're acting as we're a regional council, so it's a local government organisation formerly known as the Southern Metropolitan Regional Council. Data, so we know how much waste is either being recovered or how much waste is going to landfill. If you do see a snake, just call out and let me know. Smell for everyone coming this close to our FOGO processing facility. Does it smell bad or
I don't smell
does it
anything.
smell like anything? Maybe if we get closer to the biofilter in a second, you might smell some earthy tones, might smell a bit like compost. But essentially, inside that shed there, that's our FOGO processing facility. So the raw FOGO is processed there. So things like food scraps, garden waste, dog poo, cat poo, and large quantities of raw FOGO waste. 100 tons a day we're processing there. So you can imagine, you would think that it would be quite smelly in this area, but the reason it doesn't smell is because of this biofilter that's been installed here. So basically, inside that facility, it's a really strong smell. It doesn't leave your clothes. So we won't be going inside there, but we have got a viewing platform which you can look out and see what's going on. But essentially all of the odour is being sucked up through a negative air pressure system, like a giant vacuum, through those pipes there that are attached to gas scrubbers, so they spray water at the odour particles. And then the odour comes here to one of our 4 biofilters, you can see. And we have got a viewing platform here, which you can have a look in a second. This biofilter is filled with wood chips. So these wood chips have been gathered from our green waste processing facility, and it's the microbes and the bacteria that are already within these wood chips that are eating away at the odour particles. So what's left is this earthy, composty kind of smell. So it's a completely natural process, there's no chemicals that are added. We just have to keep the wood chips moist so that the microbes can function and thrive.
Ok, thì cơ bản đây là cái nhà máy xử lý đồ ăn mấy cái rác organic, mấy cái rác mà có thể phân hủy đồ được á, thì người ta sẽ cho vô đây. Đây là cái chỗ giống như để khử mùi á. Khi mà rác nó phân hủy nó sẽ có cái mùi rất là hôi, cho nên là chỗ này là chỗ người ta để những cái gỗ vụn rất là nhiều và nó khử mùi sinh học. Kiểu như nó có mấy con vi khuẩn ăn hết những cái mùi hôi hôi đi, và cuối cùng là cái không khí đi ra không có mùi gì hết, thậm chí là còn thơm thơm nữa.
Which is that rotating cylinder there, which is separating the FOGO into 2 different piles. So the screen is about 40 millimeters. There's an oversized pile and the unders, or the fines. The fines will end up in this pile just in front of us here, and that is what we will get moved to our composting partners at Pure Earth and Organics, which will get used to make into compost and mulch products. So yeah, here we use a truck. Awesome. Once it's shredded, we use the trommel to screen it to 2 different piles. The oversized pile, we can leave here for another 24 hours, and that will break down even more, and then we repeat the process after that. At the moment, we're up to about a 90% recovery rate on average. Some days it's lower, some days it's higher. We are trying to get it as consistent as possible. So there is, on average, 10% of residual waste that goes to landfill. But yeah, one of the most common contaminants that come through is soft plastics. So people, there you go. See all the plastic bags. And it only takes a couple of households that have used their FOGO bin as a everything bin, general waste, of the Replast products. I know all of the bollards in front of Optus Stadium are made from the same Replast material. But yeah, it's solid. This will outlive a wooden picnic table. Use these products to showcase as examples. Obviously the price of recycled products is quite pricey at the moment, but the more the market grows and the more people start purchasing recycled products, then the prices will come down. Facility. So you would have come here last week. The green waste pile was much bigger. We've recently just got through a lot of it. But essentially most of the green waste that comes through here is collected during our council Vergeside green organics collections. So the idea of this facility is we're separating the different types of those 5 materials that we named off that go in the yellow bin. And then once we've separated them, we bale them up. And as you can see how flat those containers actually get. That is one of the main reasons we like the lids taken off containers. It means we can actually bale up more of them. If the lids are left on, you end up with a lot of trapped air, so you can't bale up as many. Different projects. Federal government, state government have all put funding into the infrastructure, because that's really what we need. The idea of this facility, or the goal of this facility, is to separate the 5 materials that we named off at the start into those different streams, bale them up, so then they can be sent for reprocessing and made into new things. At the moment, we're processing about 100 tonnes of recycling a day. That pile there is probably just over 100 tonnes, and we're processing that amount in one day. This is just one of 3 facilities in Perth. The other 2 recycling facilities in Perth are Cleanaway and Suez, both private. Their process is pretty much the same as ours, just on a much larger scale. They are private. And essentially, in terms of the recovery rate, we're recovering 85% of all of the recycling materials here on average. So it's quite a high recovery rate. Our waste education programs that we implement throughout our member council region. So I'll give you a brief rundown of what happens here. The trucks come into the tipping floor, empty out their load of recycling. The smaller yellow truck, which you might see in a bit, the front loader truck will organise the waste pile, pick up a pile of recycling and put it on the first conveyor belt on the right hand side. That recycling will travel up to that first sorting cabin. Do you see the white room with the window on the right hand side? So there's usually people inside that sorting cabin physically removing anything dangerous or bulky that's come through, and you'll be surprised at some of the things that people put in their yellow bins. So we've got some examples just over here. As you can see, the helium canister, the car battery, and electric bike battery that's come through and even exploded. You know, in summertime we get lots of unused boat flares coming through. Things like aerosol cans are dangerous, even household batteries. That they're all things that could easily start a fire. So these items, you know, hazardous items, they should never be placed inside a curbside bin, even a general waste bin. They can actually start the fire in the waste truck quite easily, which it does happen. Happens here in Perth. Fires will start, that whole load of recycling or whatever stream it is will have to get emptied out onto the street, and the fire brigade have to come and put out the fire, and then it's all contaminated, it'll go to landfill. It's really important to take hazardous waste to a drop-off point. We have got a really awesome resource for everyone to use in WA called Recycle Right, and I'll talk more about that later. It's a website resource and an app you can download on your smartphone as well. It gives you all the answers, and it settles all the arguments you might be having at home of what goes in each bin or where to take things to. It's all covered in the app and on the website. In that sorting cabin, that's what they're doing, removing anything dangerous or bulky that's come through. You know, 6 months ago we had a dead goat come through this facility. So that's their job, to remove anything dangerous or bulky. Then we use a combination of machines and more people to separate the different streams. So, you know, we use magnets to separate the steel. We use this optical sorter over here to separate the plastic. It's a laser inside there that can actually sense the amount of light that's reflected through each container. There's the air classifier there that it'll shoot a jet stream of air and put the plastic container in the correct sorting cage. Right in front of us here are our bunkers, or the paper bunkers. So the 3 different paper streams for this facility is mixed paper, cardboard, and newspaper. So mixed paper would be things like office paper, envelopes. So we use screens to separate the paper. The paper floats along the top of the screens, everything heavier falls through the gaps onto our glass breaker. So all the glass that comes through here is broken, it gets crushed up, and then we separate it using a trommel, similar to what you saw at the Fogo processing facility, the rotating cylinder. The glass can be used as construction sand in WA. So that, again, keep in mind, this is through the curbside system. It's a different story, different system for containers for change, for example, if anyone's collecting their bottles or cans for a 10-cent refund. But I'll go into that later on.